Hey, welcome in. Hey there, Rem. Yep, time flies. Yep. You call them flies, call them jigs. They're about the same. Welcome in, guys. Uh-oh. Dropped it. Welcome in, guys. Hey there, Elvie. To go to work. Where are you working at, Alvy? Where are you going to be working at? Yeah, if you guys don't pick up Alvy, make sure to throw a sub his way. Oh, Brookshire's. Okay, that's a good place to work for. We were just in one this last year. We don't have them up here in Oklahoma, but a lot of times when we go down to Texas, we'll go on one of them. Well, good. You don't have to be working in the stinking heat and cold, wet weather and stuff. Are they own racers? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they own the racers up here too, then, I think. Or when I lived in Tyler, I'd go into Brookshires all the time. We didn't have one in my own town in Kerrville. We had HEBs. Well, I wish we had an HEB up here. Oop, got a little crooked there. Oh, really? To Tulsa? Yeah. They're good company. I remember when I worked for Walmart years ago, they wanted me to move to Pittsburgh. I could I don't ever picture myself living in Pennsylvania. But at that time, the super centers were growing, and they didn't even have a super center in my hometown of Kerrville back then. And I would have probably been moving around a bunch. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate the thumbs up. Yeah, they wanted me to be a trainer and move from one city to another. Do I have any ways a 16-year-old can make money? I need some food. Oh, I don't know. I have no clue at all, Alicia. Texas was in the town I. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Claremore has really close ties because one of the Walton family members lives in Claremore, and so Claremore uh, was one of the first cities to get a super center. I say go get a job at the local grocery store or go to Sonic. Go to Sonic. They'll hire young ladies. Hey there, Candy. I do not like this. I'm going to get it. I have to cut this back a little bit. You in Texas? I didn't know Brookshires were out of state. Well, Brookshires bought racers a few years back, and we do have a racers where I live at in Oklahoma. Alvy lives in Texas. I grew up in Texas, though. I grew up in a little town called Kerrville. I grew up in Kerrville, Texas. Let's see. I was in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana. Called racers. Yep. Yeah, I remember when they sold. We thought we were going to get the name Brookshires, which to me it doesn't matter. I like the name Brookshires. I live in Tulsa, or I loved. Oh, I loved in Tulsa for a while. Oh, you don't have to give us that part of your life. When you were 6. Oh, that's weird. I live in. Oh, okay. Well, I live about 30 minutes north of Tulsa. I live about 30 minutes north of Tulsa. A little town called Claremore. Little town called Claremore. Home of Will Rogers. Yeah, we got snow coming tomorrow evening, I think. I don't know how much we're going to get. They're saying 3 to 6 inches. Watch us get like a foot of snow. Watch us get like a foot. Yep, Claremore, Oklahoma. That store's here. Yep. Yeah, it's a nice store. I like our Reese's. Yep, I know where Longview's at. Alvy lives pretty close to Longview. Oh, you live in Norman? Oh, I've been to Norman a bunch of times. I've never seen an OU game though, but I've been to Norman though. Yeah, we actually live out in the country. We live a little bit north of Claremore. We have a Claremore address though. We live over by the lake, by Ulaga Lake. That's where we live at. Just north of Longview. Oh, okay, I used to live in Tyler a long time ago. Over an hour south of. Oh, okay, okay. No, I don't think I've ever been to Dangerfield. I've been to Longview and I've been to Tyler. Collinsville, it's close to Ulaga. Yep. That's where Tackle Bandit's at. Tackle Bandit's in Collinsville. Yeah, I lived in Tyler, Texas for a while. From like in 1985. Long time ago. I'm old. I just turned 59 a couple weeks ago. Uh-oh. Okay, so we need some gray thread. Management, yeah. Okay, we're going to go to the silver head. Closer to I-30 than I-20. He reigns from heaven above. Power and love. Let's see, been several years, yep. Only guy I know in management up there was a guy from Pittsburgh, yep. I have to go back into the grocery business just ahead of this winter. Yes, it is, yep. With all the panic buyers, yeah. There are a bunch of them. You're all getting ready for the snow. They think it's going to be snowmageddon. Back in 2020, we had a lot of snow. We had a bunch of snow back then. And it wasn't like, you know, like a foot deep, but it just seemed like we had 10 inches of snow for a couple of weeks. Yeah, that was it. I think it was 2020 or 2021, one of those. It was really bad. I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021. It was 2021, yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of people down in Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. A lot of our electrical linesmen and, you know, the people that work in power were traveling down there to repair electric lines. And then, like a couple of weeks later, we got hit up here. And so a lot of them came back to work on our electric lines. We weren't without power that long. We were pretty fortunate. Last our Mount Pleasant. Oh, really? Out like a week. We weren't out that long. We were out the last time we had our electric knocked out was a couple of years ago. We had the tornado go through our town, and we don't live in town, but we had no electric for about a week. We do have a generator now. We do have a generator now. We're at a hotel for a week. Yeah, yeah. That's what we did that a long time ago up here. We ended up running a hotel. We only stayed in it one night, and then the next day our electric was back on. That could have been in 2021. Now that I think about it. All about 2 weeks with Katrina when Katrina hit. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. We had a close, we had a kind of a close call this last spring, but it went to the north of us. But we had one a couple of years ago. We were in Texas and we were visiting family, and we saw on the news that there was a tornado coming up here to Claremore, and it was coming right at our mobile home. I mean, it was probably about 5 miles away, and so we called our son. Our youngest son was living in the house, and we told him to go to his sister's house in town. And so he made it as far as the hospital and took shelter in there. We're kind of glad he did. And the tornado hopped right over my daughter's house. Her husband and our grandson were all hunkered down in the tub in the bathroom. But it moved southward. It didn't hit our mobile home up here. Yeah, we get it bad. I mean, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas. I'd probably those are the what 4 or 5 states that get the most tornadoes. I think. I mean, they get them up north of us too. So some years we get more than them, and some years they get more than us. Hey there, Mira. How's it going there? Let's see. Angelo, welcome in. Long time, no comments. Missed this guy. Oh, well, thank you. And fishing all those nights. Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't care for tornadoes, but we do need to get us a storm shelter here soon. We just never had any close calls. You know, we've lived at this location, I think, maybe for what, 10 years, 8 to 10 years, somewhere around there. And we've never had any close calls. So we just never really thought to get a shelter until the last couple of years. Oh, yeah. All right. I'll catch you later. You have a good day at work there, Mr. Alvey. We're going to work with purple in just a little bit. Welcome in, everybody. I'm just tying up some lures here. We're going to be going back to feathers here in about 30 minutes or so. I got to tie up some gray ghost, black widows, and a grand prix. Yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I do go live pretty much every day. Okay, switch back over to purple. Okay, let's get some purple wedges out. Hey, welcome in, everybody. I'm just tying up some lures. Welcome in, welcome in. These are some wedge tail jigs. They're 1/16 ounce. You can use these for crappie and trout, bluegill, white bass, all kinds of fish. Hey there, Debbie. Does that help with minimum weight? Minimum weight. This is a 16th ounce. Is it good for fly fishing? You can use it with a fly rod, but I'd probably suggest like a 1/32 or smaller, maybe a 64th or 80th ounce. But you can use these for fly fishing. Let me get one off. Yeah, this one here is a 64th ounce. It's a lot smaller, put it that way. Do I have a 1/80th up here? I may have a 1/80th. Uh-oh, I just dropped that one. Huh, I'll get that one later. This one here is a 1/80th of an ounce. It's super small. That one's on a number 10 hook there. But yeah, you can use this size with the fly rod. Oh, cool. £7, yeah. This is on a number 4 sickle hook. Mustad sickle. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about fly fishing. I do go fly fishing occasionally, but I I'm not an avid fly fisherman. I do make lures for people that do fly fish, but as far as me doing any fly fishing, I don't do a whole lot. So relaxing. Ah, thank you. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, some people say it's relaxing. I know how to make it unrelaxing, okay? I'll start talking like this. No, I'm kidding. I don't talk like that. But anyway, it's fun to do. I love doing this. Andrea, well, thank you for coming in. Is it Andrea or is it Andre? Help me out a little bit. Is it Andre or is it Andrea? Andrea. Comedy, yep. Oh, I do what I can. This here's a wedge tail. You're going to get some movement out of it, but it acts a little bit different than a regular hair jig. Fernando, welcome in. What? I don't like that. I tied when I threw the chenille on there, it kind of got my tail out of whack. Let's see if it'll straighten up. There we go, straightened up. Still don't like that. Okay, let's see how that works. Don't like that at all. Okay, that worked out good. Didn't want the crooked tail there. Okay, we have 2 more to tie in this color, and then we're going to tie up the dream catcher, which we did add the dream catcher on our website, but we have the feather tail version of it. But I'm going to be tying up the wedge tail version here in just a little bit. Yeah, there's no telling how much snow we're going to get. Get anywhere between 3 inches and 8 inches. Hey there, Grumpy, Grumpy and Lumpy. What is that material you're using for the tail? It is a silicone wedge tail. Silicone wedge tail. Pretty slick. I need to find me some. You can go to, oh, what do you call it? Woods and Outdoors. Woods and Outdoors. Or is it Wood, Water, and Outdoors? I can't remember what it's called. It's been a while since I bought these. We do have some of the wedge tails on our website for anybody that's interested in buying wedge tail jigs. This is the purple rainbow chenille. We should be getting some of this in stock where we can sell this chenille here. We do sell a lot of chenille, thread, feathers. We got a lot of stuff. We even sell these vices that I'm using right here. The Peak Rotary Vise. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to switch up to chartreuse tail. We're going to go back to chartreuse. Two, four, five, six. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. Whoever's tapping up the hearts, I appreciate that. Yeah, that does help out the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe too. I think later on this evening, I'm probably going to pour some more heads. I'm about 90% done with this order here. This is a custom order I'm working on. This is a custom order. But we do have a website. It's rubenfloresjigs.com. Okay, after this set of 6 lures, we're going to switch back over to gray. We're going to go back to feathers. I got to tie some gray ghost, black widows, and the Grand Prix. Hey there, Mr. Wayman. Oh, I like this color. This is a pretty color here. Siam, welcome in. Appreciate that. Make sure to throw up some likes too. The thumbs up. This is the calm before the storm. We got to go put a cover on my boat here after this live stream. We do sell this vise here. This is a peak rotary vise. Peak rotary vise. Hello, Pressy. Hello, Sahil Hansan. Welcome in. Thank you guys for coming in. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh, this is a wedge tail here. Thank you for the likes too. We're at 48 likes. Nasima, welcome in. Thanks for dropping in. Hey there, Roger. Hello there, Mick. Oh, I need one more. Hey there, Whiskey. Do you tie to keep and sell or just keep? I sell. We have a website. I tie somewhere between 80 and 100,000 jigs a year. On a normal week, I could tie anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500, you know, in a week or so. I tie a bunch, put it that way. Yeah, I'll take you guys over to the wall here in a little bit and show you what we have. Now, we're missing a lot, so there's going to be some holes and gaps in the wall, but we got, I don't know how many thousands of jigs hanging on the wall, though. Okay, let's get this put up, and then I'll take you guys over to a couple of the places that we store the lures here. Lures is back there, right behind me. Okay, and right now we're kind of running low on some spots. Normally I like keeping about 15, 20 packs of lures hanging on the hooks. And then here we have our jig heads and our underspins. Those are the 1/8 ounce. Those are the 1/8 ounce there. Those are the 16th ounce. And those are the 1/4 ounce with a spinner blade. And then we keep our 32nds. And then we got our 24ths over there. Then I'm going to take you guys over here. So this is, we do sell material like feathers and thread and tools and all that. And then we also sell the vise that I use. That's the Peak rotary vise. And then we have all these with lures. Back in September, we had this wall almost completely full. And we've had to fill this up 2 or 3 times with like the shiner. That's our top selling lure right there. But we got a ton of lures. But yeah, we picked up 7 new tackle stores, and they pretty much, between Shields, Tackle Bandit, and Abitac, and the new stores in Florida, we just went through a bunch. We went through a lot of lures. And then we do have our own fishing line. That's our Flowcast fishing line. We got our own catfish poles, crappie poles, and all that. Ooh, I don't want to knock that over. Okay, so we're going to get set up for the gray ghost. So we're going to go back to feathers here in just a little bit. Get our gray chenille. Get our gray thread. We need some gray feathers. Why do I always do that? I always put the gray feathers in the top drawer. Did I do it again? Well, I didn't do it. Huh. Where did they go? Hey, how's it going there, Nate? There we go. I did have it in the wrong drawer. Okay, we're going to tie up a few of the gray ghost. And then we got to do some of the black widows. Tie. Maybe now is the perfect time. Yep. Yeah, we do sell vices, and we got a lot of stuff for making lures. But a lot of the people that use our lures, I'd have to say about maybe 70–80% of them use them for crappie. And then we got people that will use them for trout. And then other people will use them for saltwater fishing. Did I leave something plugged in the back? Let me go check on something here. Oh, I did. I can't, no, I didn't. Okay. I thought I left my fluid bed plugged in. Hey there, Caleb. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just working on a custom order. And this afternoon, evening, we got to run in town, go get some. We have to go drop off our Shields order. And then we're going to be, I think we're going to go by like a Dollar General or somewhere and get a few items. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to feathers. We're going to work with the gray ghost. Those wedge tails are really easy to do. It takes a while to get used to how to position the silicone on the jig. But once you get used to it, it all just gets easy. Hey there, Melka. I've been working with feathers for so many years that it's just natural. Everything that I do with the feathers, it's just second nature. And if you do get started into tying, it'll just take some time to get used to doing everything. We do have snow coming in. We got some snow coming in tomorrow night. Hey, Mr. Remington. Welcome in. Appreciate everybody in here. We're starting to get a bigger and bigger audience over here. I'm just really enjoyed the last couple of days. We've been able to, you know, get over 100 people in here, and every live stream I've done this morning here on YouTube, we've gotten over 200. We may, we haven't sustained it, but it's always, pretty encouraging, I guess. Yeah, I do appreciate everybody dropping in. Thanks for coming on in, guys. Good chance I may work this evening too. We got to do some running around town. We got to go drop off a Shields order. I don't know if Wayman's still in here. He was in here earlier. We got done with all the wedges earlier, just a little bit ago. It did come out really nice looking. I like how they came out. Okay, we're going to go back to the black thread. We're going to tie up Black Widow. Now we did a black widow a while ago with the wedge tail. This one here is going to be how it is on the website with the black and red tail. And I'm going to put this one here on the vise just to show kind of what I did a while ago. That way it gives you something to look at while I'm switching everything over. I do have to tie quite a bit of these. I'm not going to do any right now because I got to pour a bunch of heads here in a little bit. I say in a little bit. I got to pour some more heads sometime. Okay, we're going to need our black and red flashaboo. It's kind of odd how they call this flashaboo accent, and then they call this also flashaboo. It's not even the same material, but a lot of times the different companies will call things, you know, whatever they want to call them, I guess. Okay, red and black, red and black. So I am working with neck hackle here. I know it's hard to see against my red shirt, but it's like, that's the black counterpart. Take a look at something over here. Okay. Add one more piece on there. God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above. This is our Black Widow here. Just a woolly bugger without built-in movement wood. Replacing the hackle on the back of the marabou. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. I'll make a note of that. Are these the hooks you powder coated earlier? Yes, these are the hooks I powder coated earlier. I think I have like a fibers much finer. Yeah, you're probably right. I've only tied almost 1,000,000 jigs in my lifetime. I tie what works and what catches. So I do thank you for your expertise. This here's the Black Widow. You can find this at rubenfloresjigs.com. I've tied over 700,000 lures. I've tied probably about 3,000 or 4,000 fly fishing flies. But yeah, these are considered wet flies. They're also considered jigs. Hey there, Maurice. Yeah, I would never imagine myself going in and criticizing somebody else's live stream. I've been published. I've been on podcasts, tied for national champions. But people are people, I guess. I am almost done with this order. We got to do the Grand Prix here in a little bit. And then I'll be done with this order. You can find our lures at in Florida at Roland Martin Marine, Lakeland Fishing Outfitters, Lakeport Quick Stop, Lake Placid, Garrard's Tackle, Fast Break, Bridge Masters. Here in Oklahoma, you could find them at CJ's Tackle, Oklahoma City, Tackle Bandit, Collinsville, Oklahoma, Shields All Sports in Tulsa, also shields.com, tacklebandit.com, National Bait and Tackle here at Claremore, Fatheads Tackle, Manford, Oklahoma, Country Farm and Family. That's in Shoto, Oklahoma. Rusty Hook down in Eufaula, Oklahoma. Smoker's Choice up in Wellington, Kansas. You can also go to rubenfloresjigs.com. Okay, we're going to be needing the purple feathers. We need some purple feathers. I will be at Shields All Sports in Tulsa on February the 21st, if anybody wants to come out there. They're going to be us. There are going to be a lot of people from the fishing world out there. Okay, we need that other purple rainbow. Okay, we need some purple heads. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go with the null purple on this here. And this one here is called the Grand Prix. And it's basically the Phantom, but with a different body. This color is not offered on the website. And again, this is just a custom color. I did a YouTube video here and TikTok video a while back, and this customer thought it was a pretty cool color, so he wanted this in his collection. Okay, we're going to go with the original purple rainbow. Now, we've had this, and this is hard to get. So I had my chenille guy make me another purple rainbow, and this is the purple rainbow that we're going to be selling on our website. They're just a little bit different in color. This, however, you're going to be able to tie an 1/8 ounce jig with this. This one here is just a little bit too small. But we do have this one on our Dreamcatcher jig. And then we're also going to be selling that color here in the next couple of weeks. Purple is a really effective color when you fish at night and also in muddy and stained water. It's just a really good color for dark water and then also nighttime fishing. Hey there, Boone. Our grandkids getting into... No, my oldest grandkid's only 3 years old. And my youngest hasn't been born yet. He'll be born here in a couple of weeks. He'll be born here in a couple of weeks. No, I'm not gonna even bother with Ezra till he's maybe 5 or 6, and we'll get him on some fishing trips, and he comes in here wanting to play with all the tools, and so he's not old enough to do that. But I do have another table right across from me, and I'll have him have a PlayStation area over there where he can play with stuff and kind of build stuff or whatever, you know. I'll have one of my old vices over there where he can mess around with stuff. I'm not going to have any hooks for him, but what I may end up doing is they do have these hooks that they do for beginner fly tires that are young, and they're hooks that are uh, they don't have any point on them, and they're smooth and polished, and you can't poke yourself on them. So I may have him start with some of those. But I'm definitely gonna, when I do start him on it, I'm gonna have him work from a non-rotary vise and have him start that way. That's what I did with my older son. I had him learn on a just a regular conventional vise, and then after he tied up a few, I ended up, switching him over to the peak vise. He doesn't tie anymore because he's in full-time ministry, and he's always traveling and stuff too. I've been thinking about here in the next year or so with my older son of just maybe for Christmas or something, getting him basically giving him a new vise and a bunch of fly tying stuff. But he tied a lot of lures when he was with us. But he gets to travel to all kinds of places. He's traveled to India and South America, China. I think it'd probably give him something to talk about while he's out there too. Run away for the weekend. Yeah, maybe. No, we do get Ezra here we've never had him a whole weekend, but he comes here every Wednesday night. And Ezra's mom and dad, they're both youth leaders at our church, and they don't have adult services on Wednesday nights. And so anyhow, it's easier for them to drop Ezra off here. Stephanie just adores Ezra. she'll stop everything in the whole world to be with him and hang out. And me on the other hand, I got a lot of work and stuff, and she's been at school all day. She's teaching, but so she gets Ezra, on the Wednesday nights, and like last night, I finished off a little early and got to eat dinner, and I got to play with him before I started pouring lead, but I wouldn't play with him. I wouldn't play with him after I was pouring lead, but I did get cleaned up and everything. Yep, it's always a good hobby to get back into, It is. It's to me, when I first started tying, and then I was out of work for months because I was recuperating after these surgeries. Um, Even when I went back to work full time, I was still tying in the evenings because I did it for myself, and I also, but by that time we were already doing orders and stuff like that. So, but no, we'll try to get Ezra into tying. I don't know if we'll have. Yeah, again, I don't know my other grandson's name because he hasn't been born yet, and for some reason they haven't given us a name. So, um, anyhow, I have a feeling we won't see him as much, because they do live out of town. But Ezra, we see him at least once a week. Sometimes he'll spend the night on the weekend. Hey there, Owen. That color is called the Grand Prix. It's basically like the Phantom, but it has a different color body. And that one's not on the website. Uh, when I type and I put a video up on YouTube, I'll put a name up on it. I was talking to somebody, um, I think it was Remington or Panfish. I was talking to them on the phone, and we were talking about, I was telling them about somebody talking to me about putting names on all my lures. And I said, I used to do that. And I have 3 spiral notebooks that are that thick with all these color jigs. I mean, after about, I don't know, 500 colors and I put names on them, it just got to where I'm like, I'm not going to put any more names. It just got to be too crazy. And I still have those notebooks, and you'll see my little color chart where I have the separation, head, body, tail, you know, tail number 1, tail number 2, flashing color, eye color. And so, but then I had names for all of them, but I'd like to, when I put a custom order and I have a color up, I'd like to put a name with those jigs, because we do get orders. We get people requesting them all the time. My day's going good. I'm getting ready to take a little break here. I've been on here for 109 minutes. And so I'm going to take a little break here. So we will catch you guys later. Make sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys later on. Thank you guys again for watching. You guys be good. Goodbye, and God bless you. Bye-bye.